Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of the COMM 2095. Hope you've had a good week. We explored a lot in our second week of class here when it comes to perception and communication and rhetoric and what it all means as we communicate. It's a lot to digest, I know. One of the things I do want to focus on here, and something I did focus on a little bit in that bonus lecture that I included this week, was the standpoint theory. Now, the standpoint theory is something that is defined as the day-to-day experience and how it alters or influences a person's opinion. Now let's think of it this way. If you were born in a middle-class home, mom and dad, or however many parents you had, or whatever, whether you had one parent, two parents, whatever it meant, they went to work each day at 8 o'clock, got home at 5. They worked very hard. Maybe they're still working at the same place after 20 some odd years. Your standpoint and your experiences would be different than someone who, say, comes from a single family home that may not have had everything that they needed. They still worked hard just like your parents did, but they may have had to work two jobs. They may have had to been people that were necessarily depending on someone else to provide for them. That standpoint then would give you a different perception of a middle class, or the middle class person would give you a different perception of what goes on in a, say, in a lower class. Now, all of this may sound a little confusing, but if you think about it, our perceptions and our standpoint in where we live and how we are raised kind of bias us in how we look at other things. And it's only until we get more educated that we really understand other perspectives. Think of it this way as well. You may have grown up in the same town and may have traveled, maybe have gone to another state, or maybe have gone to somewhere else, but never really experienced travel and going to different countries and different places, etc. You only have the standpoint of your town and your area. But if you have the chance to travel and go to different places, that gives you a different perspective on the world. So as we get through this class, you may have your own, basically, theories on where things stand. Think of it during these times we are in. During this Black Lives Matter movement that we're having right now, and it has been going on, but has been heightened, especially as we've seen, unfortunately, the racial injustice that's been going on with Black people being shot by law enforcement officers, we have different perspectives. We could never understand how a Black person feels going out to work. We could never understand what it feels like to be marginalized. Sure, there are many other races that do have that feeling, and I'm not minimizing that. What I am trying to say is there are plenty of people, especially in the Black community, that experience this every day. Their standpoint is, I'm not going to trust the police because I see many of other people of the same color being discriminated against. Just like from my standpoint, I could never dream to understand what a Black person goes through each day. Now let's take that from one more perspective. Imagine you are coming to this country for the first time. You may be coming from Spain, from China, from Japan, India. You've never experienced American culture before. What is your experience going to be of America? Your standpoint, will it be of what you learned through the media, through social media, or will it be the standpoint of personal experience as you get there? Remember, the standpoint theory is the day-to-day experiences you have had, and it alters your perception or it alters your opinion of what goes on. How does that help you in communicating to others? And how does that help you in making sure that we are better communicators, that we understand and listen more? Because as much as we speak in communication, and as you learned this week, we have to listen and give feedback. That's the COMM 2095 for this week. I'll look forward to how you integrate it into your discussions. And please, if you have other questions or want to give me feedback, shoot me an email. Take care.